Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the most impressive games of all time as far as I'm concerned. Graphically, technologically, in terms of gameplay design, across the board, it's tremendous. And paired with it was an online mode that Rockstar initially intended to put up there with GTA Online. It was going to be one of their big cash cows, one of the main money makers for their company. However, there was one problem. The problem was, it kind of sucked. Now, I know, some people will disagree that the online mode sucked. Mainly what I'm referring to is the support for the game was just not there from the beginning. Rockstar never seemed to be willing to put the money up to actually build something that was worth playing, and as a result, a lot of players just never got past the opening hour or two of Red Dead Online, especially because Red Dead Online is rife with cheaters, some of which I will show you in just a moment. And it has to be one of the most frustratingly bland experiences ever, which is so weird because it's a Rockstar game. They're very good at making compelling worlds with interesting characters that are worth exploring, but when it came to Red Dead Online, they didn't even put their A team on this. It was like their B, C, or D team. Like, it seems like a total afterthought. And players who have stuck with Red Dead Online for the last couple of years have been frustrated with the lack of support from Rockstar, but they've dealt with it. However, just last week, Rockstar confirmed that they are going to no longer be updating Red Dead Online with any sort of major story content, new quest lines, or anything. They're basically just giving up on the game and moving on so that they can take all of their development staff and focus on GTA 6, which is a move that I think most of us could see coming from a mile away, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating to see because Red Dead Online had a lot of potential. But unlike a lot of YouTubers who talk about Red Dead Online and don't actually play it, I figured we should play it. So let's do that. The first thing you need to understand about Red Dead Online is that it takes a while to get going. So I've actually already started a save that I actually initially created back in like 2019, maybe 2020. Whenever this came out, pretty much immediately I made this save. And I started playing and collecting things, and I've gone back to it occasionally, but I haven't spent a ton of time in the game. Oh yeah, there's also sound. I should probably have sound. There we go. Now, if this looks basically just like the base game of Red Dead 2, that's because effectively it is. The map is just a gigantic version, slightly expanded, of the main game map from Red Dead 2, which you'll recognize all of this from. We also get to travel down to New Austin, and we can revisit Tumbleweed and Fort Mercer, Armadillo, all of these places that you will recognize if you played the first game. From what I could gather online, it seems like the game just renders at a lower resolution and locked at 30 frames, which is nothing too crazy. The base game of Red Dead 2 launched at 30 frames, so there's nothing really surprising there. And honestly, it looks really good for an online mode. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. All of the mechanics are the same. Horse riding, shooting, all of that will be par for the course as far as the main game is concerned. However, the one major thing you'll notice is the economy. Everything in Red Dead Online is freakishly expensive. Everything from a basic revolver that you would get in the first half hour of the base game of Red Dead 2 to something as simple as a pack of oats for your horse end up costing you dozens or even hundreds, sometimes even thousands of in-game dollars, which is ridiculous, especially because there aren't that many things to do to earn currency in this mode. If we go into the menu and click online, we can see all of the options we have. You see we can free roam, where we can just kind of ride around, do whatever we want. As you see, they say things such as free roam missions this month will dole out 2 times RDO cash and XP for the next 4 weeks, plus smashing any gang hideouts you happen upon during your travels will result in 3 XP all month long. Okay, cool. It doesn't change that the payouts are really, really low and that everything else is so freakishly expensive. You are heavily incentivized to go and purchase premium currency so that you can get a kickstart on the game and actually use reasonable weapons that actually do something, especially because there's a lot of trolls and a lot of griefers in this mode. I'll show you those in just a second, but before we do that, let's just look at the other things we've got. We've got blood money. Head to the manicured streets on the west side of Saint Denis and acquaint yourself with Guido Martelli to begin your journey in crimes and opportunities. These are actually relatively high production value story-based encounters and quests. They're not tremendous, they're really short, but you know what, it's something. We just need more of that. We have Call to Arms, which allows you to defend allies against malcontents, and Call to Arms will pay out double XP and gold all month long, plus participate this week to receive a bunch of extra stuff. Crimes, where you hunt down basically completing contracts for killers, and criminals. Opportunities, which are just like mini quests that you can do. Bounty hunters, where you chase people down. Naturalists, where you're going to go around hunting and collecting things. It's relatively interesting. And again, like, there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of quests and things that they've put in that certainly weren't here when the game first launched. But the problem is it took them so freakishly long to add all of this stuff. Very few players actually know that this is here. Another problem, I would say, is how all of that is communicated to the player. I've said many times that I think Rockstar's UI and quest design, how they present all of this to the player, is very outdated. Like, they were doing all of this exact same stuff in terms of UI back in 2007. They're still doing it today. Nothing's changed. And what I mean by this is when certain things aren't communicated to the player clearly, they're not going to be aware of different quests that are available, of different options they have in terms of gameplay, and players will feel as though there's nothing to do even when there are lots of things to do, simply because it's not presented well enough. And in this case, I don't think the opening hours of Red Dead Online have enough guidance. They basically help you break out of prison, and then you're just out on your own. And that's it. You can start trying to complete contracts and things, but part of the problem is that a lot of the contracts you need to complete to earn money to get better guns require decent guns to get better at and to complete with any sort of reasonable degree of effectiveness. So as a result, players, again, are pushed into buying premium currency to get better guns so that those opening hours can be grinded with a decent amount of ease. And so it just leaves a bad taste in the player's mouth, where they feel like they're just being shoved into a position where they need to spend money to even start to play the game. And that's just, it doesn't feel good. Okay, so like right here, we're in a gunfight with a bunch of other players. I don't know if they're in a clan or a squad or a gang or whatever, but right here, we're just hiding behind a rock. You pop up, but we're using a very, very beginner's rifle, a starter rifle, and it takes like 10 rounds to kill anybody. There's no such thing as a headshot. It's all just like hope that you land. And like right there, you see that we hit an NPC. That was 5 XP. Okay, then we move over here. Oh, we're getting enraged. He's racing. He's running towards us. And like right there, 10 XP for a human player. So that's not tremendous. It's just kind of frustrating because the aim assist also is so extremely powerful in Red Dead 2 and Red Dead Online that it makes these encounters feel like you're cheating. Like right there, we had a guy. Oh, we got. It was a good shot. Like right there, we were fighting with a guy and he's hiding in a bush as he's bum rushing us. And we track him through the bush as he's running at us, and we're able to shoot him and kill him through the bush, even though we can't see him. But because the aim assist is so strong, it just tracks his head all the way through the bush. And that just doesn't feel good. You see, like, God damn it, right there. So if you have a good gun and you can hit those snipes like Yong just did, I bet it's Yong, yeah. I guess he took a break from reading articles and making YouTube videos where he reads the articles and instead is shooting me in Red Dead. Yeah, there we go. Shooting me in Red Dead Online. Does it feel good, bro? This is kind of what I mean. Like once you find another group, it's true that you can go and avoid them, and they have a system where you can basically just stop engaging with them if you feel like they're trolling you. But they respawn you super close because they want to give you the option to re-engage and fight them. But it doesn't feel very good because unless you have a decent gun, you're just not going to do it. Okay, so I got, like, there's a headshot. That works. That felt good. But it's really inconsistent because we got other headshots that didn't Yeah, geez, Yong, get a day job. I mean, like, even right now, like, am I having fun? I don't, I don't think I am. I'm quite angry right now. It's frustrating because it just doesn't feel like players are on like level playing fields, because Yong here is rocking out with an awesome weapon and is dealing some serious damage to me with one. Jesus, my ass. Okay, we're back. Okay, so what I was saying is that it doesn't feel good when it feels as though players are on opposite starting points, when you aren't using the same weapons and you're not dealing similar damage. We're having fun. We're having fun. We're having a great time. We're Red Dead Online. Save Red Dead Online. It's so much fun. Leave it be. Okay, right there. There's Yong, you motherfucker. Oh, I hit a tree. Mother bitches. I'm gonna kill this dick if it's the last thing I do. I swear to God. I'm angry now. I'm feeling, but this is what I mean. When you don't have decent enough weapons to put up a fight, you just can't even really compete. Like, this guy's got an awesome rifle that's able to deal basically one shot, one kill damage if he hits you in the dome. Yeah. Walk it off, feeling good, I'm having a great time. Rock and roll, baby. Oh God, Yong, you can eat my fucking ass. Okay, so let's take a break from that for just a minute. What I'm trying to say is that when you build your game around forcing players into microtransactions in the first 2 hours or so, what inevitably happens is that there's a lot of players who don't want to give you money before they're enjoying the game. So they start playing the game hoping that they'll enjoy it, and then they'll probably buy cosmetics and things like that. But they're not going to do it until they have fun. And then they come across somebody like Yong here, who's riding around on a horse and considers killing me to be a passion project. And because they don't have weapons, because they don't have money in game to buy the weapons, they can't put up a reasonably fair fight against him. So from 50 yards, 100 yards away, he's able to just quickly snipe us in the head, especially using the extremely powerful, I would argue possibly even broken aim assist. We can't put up a fight because we've just got like a 6-round revolver, and it's not fun. What inevitably happens is players will just hit their head up against the wall, get pissed off, and then quit. And because there's no fun that's been had at that point, there's no reason for them to go back. So they open the game, play 30 minutes, and then quit. And then Rockstar is like, wait, why is nobody playing Red Dead Online? Why don't people find it as compelling as GTA Online? And the reason is because in GTA Online, the fun to be had can be had whether you just started or whether you are 500 hours into the online campaign, because you can just go steal a car and start having fun. You can play with your buddies and start competing in races where they provide cars to you. Sure, there's PvP and stuff, but there's PvP and a lot of other things that allow you to have fun. It's not just trying to get through the PvP so you can get to a quest marker to start engaging with something that makes you money. There's a lot more, which is why GTA Online from the very beginning, from the conceptual stage, just worked better than Red Dead Online. Now, like I said, this isn't the first time that I had played Red Dead Online. I've tried it other times. I've even played it over on stream on Twitch. By the way, you should jump over there, say hi. I'm streaming every day that these videos go live on Mondays and Fridays, so pop in, say hi. I would love to see you. Who knows? It might be a super fun thing that becomes a regular thing. I'd love to see you over there. Anyway, one day we were playing and decided to launch Red Dead Online, and I turned this into a video that we put up on my Luke Stevens Clips channel, where we post like stream highlights and stuff. Again, links in the link tree in the description box below the like button. Check it out if you're interested. But in this little highlight video, I showed off the first time we encountered somebody in Red Dead Online through my Steam save, which is separate from the one we were just playing on through PlayStation. You can see here, he does some interesting things.
Wait.
I couldn't script this if I wanted to.
Supposed to happen. Does he stay with me if I run? He does. That was one of the weirder things I've ever seen. Okay, well, you know what? Oh, he's using hacks? Is that what's happening? Call of nature?
Yeah, using hacks. I wasn't in the game for more than a few minutes before a hacker found me and started spawning in dozens of clones of me, providing late game specialty items to me that I could grab and sell. But what I was told by somebody in chat is that they actually had a friend who did this and encountered a hacker who provided them with a bunch of really, really nice endgame gear. And they were like, wow, how nice. Yeah, I'll use it. They added it to their inventory, started using it. But what they found was that Rockstar actually receives reports from those hackers saying X player is using hacked items. Rockstar will check it and then ban the player who accepted the items from the hacker for containing items that they didn't acquire by reasonable or legitimate means. So it's just like a fun troll that these hackers have where they provide you really cool stuff. You go, oh, thank you. I get to skip that agonizing grind and I don't have to buy microtransactions. And then Rockstar permanently bans you from Red Dead Online for daring to engage with a hacker that shouldn't be in the game in the first place. And you see, the new players, they don't know that this isn't normal. Like, they don't know that this isn't supposed to happen. They're just playing the game and like, oh, I'm glitched and I'm inside the guy. When in reality, he's just having a really, really good laugh at my expense because I'm looking like a real idiot doing all of this. But you see, he spawns in like a couple of legendary alligators and then he just starts cloning me all over the place. And there's just nothing you can do. It's so weird. But this guy exists in Red Dead Online and is playing this like this is all he does. And then like there's NPC versions of you. And he spawns these chests that have like every item in the game. Because again, he's trying to get you to take items out of it so that you get banned. It just sucks. It just sucks. And these guys are all over the place. Yeah, here you can see Nobody Knows I'm Gay over on Twitch. A good buddy. He's in a ton of our streams. Again, if you jump over, say hi, you can meet Nobody. Really good guy, and we have a blast. But he said, pardon the word vomit, but on my first day, I had a hacker show up and chat with a friend and I. In our ignorance, we took some gold and money from a chest he gave us, and then he moved on. About a day later, someone sent me a link to a YouTube video of us taking the gold, pretending to be a Rockstar admin, as well as some phishing links, threatening bans, etc. Not only do they often report you direct to Rockstar, but they will even go in and pretend to be Rockstar, going in and like trying to get you to sign up for phishing links and stuff. It's crazy. Like, when you're playing an online game, that's not what you should be spending your time doing. You shouldn't be juggling the threats of bans and worried about whether or not you're going to get hacked or have your Rockstar Social Club account permanently flagged or anything. You should just be having fun. And because Rockstar can't get their crap together, they can't even manage something as simple as keeping out egregious hackers like this. And so let me be clear, like, I'm not saying that Red Dead Online was never fun. I'm not saying that Red Dead Online didn't have potential. I'm not saying that Red Dead Online wasn't at some point really remarkable and tremendous. What I am saying is that as it stands now, it's a train wreck. It is a mess. And Rockstar doesn't seem to have any intention of fixing it. They didn't have any intention of fixing it a year ago, and it's not changing. It just goes to show you, like, Rockstar, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars by some accounts, with thousands of employees under their umbrella. If anybody could make this work, it would be Rockstar. But instead of doing that, they just gave up on it, because it wasn't worth it. And I like, people ask all the time, how could this possibly happen? You know, Rockstar has plenty of money. They could put a few hundred employees on this. Why wouldn't they just do that? The reason is simple. GTA Online makes billions, with a B, billions of dollars every single year. And so to put in, say, like a $50 million investment into Red Dead Online, and to have it come back and maybe they make like 75 million off of it, which for this is probably a stretch because not many players are engaging with it anymore. But maybe they make like profit 25 million. GTA Online puts out a random cosmetic and it will make that 25 million easy. And that probably only took one designer or a few designers like a weekend or like, a week to throw together. That was not something that took teams of people actively working on new expansions and content. So for Rockstar, it just doesn't make sense on paper to put manpower and money behind Red Dead Online when they can make a lot more money way easier by focusing all of that talent and effort on GTA Online. It sucks. I mean, in a perfect world, we would just see them put the same effort from GTA Online into this, and it would be great, but I don't think that was ever really in the cards. The other unfortunate element to all of this is that I don't think Red Dead as a concept ever really jived with an online multiplayer as well as a GTA does. There are some people absolutely who love the idea of a cowboy online multiplayer game, but that number compared to the people that play something like GTA Online is just far smaller. I never thought Red Dead Online was going to do fantastically well, but I definitely did not expect them to just give up on it and to put so little effort into it. But you know what? Say what you will about Rockstar. They always come in with surprises. So I guess mission accomplished. But let me know what you think of Red Dead Online. Is it something that you play? Did you enjoy it? Do you think that they should kind of renege on their position and go back and put more effort into Red Dead Online? Or should they just move on to GTA 6 because that's what everybody's super hyped about? Let me know. I also want to know how many of you guys think that GTA 6 will live up to the hype and potential that people see in it, because I'm not actually sold that it will live up to the hype. I'm not convinced. But that's it for me. If you have a video you want to see me make or a game you want me to tackle and analyze, let me know in the comment section below. I love reading through those and I love hearing what you guys have to say. And of course, head over to Twitch. We're live streaming whenever these videos go live, like I said, on Mondays and Fridays. So jump over if you're seeing this roughly close to when it goes live and say hi. I would love to see you. We've got a ton of new people coming over to Twitch in the last month or so that are coming straight from these videos when they go up. So jump over, say hi. I would love to see you. It'd be great. But that's it for me. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.